The topic everyday creativity, I think, sounds challenging and simple in the same time. Creativity is something we should take as a plural phenomenon. Maybe we should start to talk about creativities and multiple ways to be creative, and also recognize that even the most open school and most open way of teaching is not always appropriate to accept all forms of creativities.
I think this has been a very rewarding experience. I've learned a lot, especially in terms of management issues and how to plan and coordinate this kind of process. Then we try to create opportunities for learning and design a learning path. It's quite challenging.
Interaction and having different perspectives that's always bring the unexpected.
Then when all these points of view have met in discussions, I think that was very rewarding. And I also must emphasize that the hosting schools that we visited also appreciated this diversity.
I think the gym in the classroom, the freedom that students get, they're learning a lot, and when they have the need to go exercise, they can just do the exercise, and after that they go back to work. So there's a lot of freedom for the children.
I liked how much trust they have between each other, students and teachers between each other, teachers and teachers, the school managements towards the teachers.
I've been inspired by the ideas who are totally different from how we think in Holland. I think that's quite interesting of this course.
We could notice students in their environment. They were absolutely free to move during the lesson. It doesn't happen in Italy. Even the role of the teacher, I think, is different.
During our school visits here in Finland, we focused our attention on cooperation and collaboration between teachers, teaching different subjects, and as it represents different teaching strategies, it is also a good point to improve students' motivation.
All kinds of changes have to start with a change of mentality. After these couple of days, I've started to be convinced that the strength of this educational system stays in the mentality.
It challenges you to be creative in the front of the class. Sometimes you get stuck in routine, and this experience I can use to be more creative.
It challenges completely. I realized that I'm doing some things wrong, and I realized that I'm doing some things right. I was also reminded of some things that I lost from my practice, but I feel I should put it back. What I really liked is the way they use teamwork in every way, involving others, like being a good, kind leader.
The setting of the class is a bit different, so that students have the desk. The desk can change the shape and can change the position. The teacher isn't the actor, but is the filmmaker, we can say, that because he knows all the activities he wants to do, but he doesn't want to be the main character of the lesson.
The role of school. Everybody thinks, at least in our country, that school is just for learning from students' behalf, or school is just for teaching subjects. And I think that I would like to change the mentality and practices, of course, in order to build up a new role for schools as centers of community, as places for childhood experiences that can be useful in later years.
What I'd like to change in my school, according to the budget, is to have the opportunity to split the class in at least two groups and have the opportunity to work with my students closer.
Now I'm involved in the development of a new study specialization, which includes several courses, and we actually need to face very similar challenges. What would make sense for the student, and how could we make their learning kind of optimal within a very limited time frame? Because like in this course we had this 1 week time allocated for this intensive training. It's quite limited, and also at a university contact teaching is very limited. The challenges I faced here are pretty similar to my everyday challenges, so I'm quite sure that I can transform quite a few things.